3 shots, 3 misses, all at the same crossing target. The shooter adjusts his choke, tries a different shell, maybe even blames the clay thrower. But here's the thing. None of that was the problem. The problem happened before the trigger was ever pulled. It happened in the half-second nobody watches. The mount, the most overlooked fundamental in clay shooting. Today, we're going to talk about the single most common mistake that costs clay shooters dozens of broken targets every single round. And it's something almost nobody corrects because it feels right. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never mount a gun the same way again. Act 1. Why your mount is costing you targets. The problem. What most shooters do wrong. Let's start with what most shooters actually do. Watch a beginner, or honestly, watch most intermediate shooters, and you'll see the same pattern every time. They call for the bird, they spot it, and then they slam the gun up to the shoulder first. Hard, fast, done. Then the head comes down to meet the stock. The muzzle chases the target, and by the time everything is in position, the clay is already ahead of them. Coaches have a name for this. They call it bash and slash. You bash the gun up to your shoulder, and then you slash at the bird. And here's what makes it so dangerous. It feels instinctive. It feels powerful, like you're being decisive. But what it actually does is break the most important connection in shotgun shooting. The link between your dominant eye and the rib of your barrel. When your head comes down to meet a gun that's already on your shoulder, you get a slightly different cheek position every single time. And if your eye isn't perfectly aligned with that rib, you're not pointing where you think you're pointing. There's something else that happens when you mount shoulder first. Your natural pointing ability, the same instinct that lets you catch a ball or point at something across the room, that instinct gets overridden. Shotgun shooting is not about aiming, it's about pointing. And when you fight your own body mechanics, you lose that pointing precision entirely. You negate it before the target even gets there. Act 2. The revelation. The right way. Face first. Always. So what's the correct mount? It sounds almost backwards when you first hear it, but the gun comes to the face first, not the shoulder, the face. Your front hand pushes the muzzle toward the target. Your rear hand lifts the stock up to your cheekbone, and once the gun is at your face, properly settled under that cheekbone, the butt has nowhere else to go except into the shoulder pocket. It finds the shoulder automatically. The gun comes to you. You do not go to the gun. Face first, shoulder follows naturally. Why does this work so well? Because your cheekbone is an anchor point. It's bone. It doesn't change. Every single time your comb meets that same spot, under the arch of your cheekbone, your eye is in exactly the same position over that rib. Same position, same sight picture, consistent shot after consistent shot. This is what separates the shooters who get hot and then go cold from the shooters who are just consistently breaking targets all day long. Here's another thing that changes when you mount correctly. Speed. Counterintuitively, a smooth mount is a faster mount. When you bash the gun to your shoulder and then drop your head, you're actually adding an extra movement, an extra step. You're going shoulder, then adjust, then fire. A proper mount goes face, settle, fire. Fewer steps, cleaner execution. You're not fighting yourself. And there's something deeper here that nobody talks about enough. When you rush the mount, when you bash and slash, you actually kill your follow-through. You rush to a stop, and that stopping motion is almost always behind the bird. A proper mount has rhythm. If you're watching good shooters, there's a tempo to it. The mount is part of the swing. It never stops until after the shot is taken. Mount is part of the swing, never stops before the shot. Act 3. The other mistakes inside the mount. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because even when shooters get the face-first concept right, there are still 3 more mistakes hiding inside the mount itself. Let's go through them fast. Mount mistake number 1. Lifting with the back hand only. Both hands have to work together. Your front hand does not just hold the fore end. It pushes the muzzle toward the target. Your rear hand lifts the stock to the face. They move in sync. like a parallel action. If only your rear hand is doing the work, the gun swings up at an angle, and your muzzle dips before it comes back up. That's wasted movement on a clay that doesn't wait. Mount mistake number 2, lifting your head to the gun. Mistake 2, this one is subtle, and it ruins more shots than people realize. Instead of bringing the stock up to your face, some shooters bring their face down to the stock. Their head cranes forward and down. Their neck tenses, and the moment they look strained, their focus moves from the target to the gun. Your head should stay relatively still, chin slightly down, if anything. The gun travels to you. You do not travel to the gun. Keep that head quiet. Mount mistake number 3. Eyes go to the gun instead of staying on the target. And mistake 3. Pulling focus back to the gun during the mount. This is the one that will cost you on crossing targets every single time. The moment your eye flicks back to check your barrel, your brain loses the target's line and speed. You're no longer tracking, you're guessing. Eyes stay on the target. The gun follows your eyes. Trust the mount. Trust the process. You cannot shoot what you cannot see. Eyes on target. Gun follows. Always. Act 3. The fix. How to actually train this. Fix your mount tonight. Here's the good news. You don't need to go to the range to fix your mount. You don't need to burn through shells. You don't need a coach standing next to you. All you need is a mirror and an unloaded gun. This is called the mirror mount drill. And the top clay shooters in the world, people who've broken hundreds of thousands of targets, practice this at home with an empty gun. Here's how it works. Stand about 8 to 10 feet from the mirror. Pick a spot right between your own eyes on the reflection. That's your target. Now close your eyes. Mount the gun smoothly. No rushing. Then open your eyes. Where is your barrel pointing? If your mount is correct, the rib of the barrel will be pointing straight at that spot, directly in line with your dominant eye. If it's pointing left, right, high, or low, you just found your problem. Do this 10 times a night. That's it. 10 slow, deliberate, eyes-closed mounts. Within 2 weeks, your mount will be muscle memory. And one more thing. Slow it down at first. Deliberately slow. Think of it like 3 beats. 1. Front hand pushes muzzle forward. 2. Rear hand lifts stock to face. 3. Settle and fire. The tempo changes depending on the target. A fast close bird is a quick 1, 2, 3. A long crosser is a slow, smooth 1, 2, 3. But the sequence never changes. Ever. Here's the truth about shotgun shooting that nobody tells beginners. The target doesn't break because of the choke you chose. It doesn't break because of the shell price or the brand stamped on your receiver. It breaks because of fundamentals that happen before the shot. The stance, the focus, and most importantly, the mount. Every missed bird you've ever shaken your head at, there's a good chance it was right there. In the mount, the bash and slash, the shoulder first, the head chasing the stock. Fix the mount, and you fix the miss. Now, if you want to go even deeper on technique and understand why some shooters seem to hit everything effortlessly while others struggle at the same stations for years, I've put together something you're going to want to watch next. It covers the other side of the equation. The things happening after the mount that either lock in your success or quietly destroy it. The link is right up there. Watch it next.